Ask yourself, what exactly are you afraid of? Is it the unknown? Is it the possibility of failure? Or perhaps the discomfort of breaking established routines? Do you want to simplify life, but then do you have these non-simple things that you know you don't want to change in your life? Are there things you would like to change to simplify your life, but you know you cannot, and therefore you don't change anything? I think there's one big roadblock that has stopped a lot of people, my past self included, to create a simpler and more slow, peaceful lifestyle. And that's the fear of change. The fear that you have to let go of yourself and your identity and become someone else, maybe someone that you don't even recognize. In this video, I will divide this into two kind of like sub-fears and then share some tips based on what I have learned in my own journey. First sub-fear is the fear of the unknown, many times linked to uncertainty. You don't know how the future will be or how some place, some opportunity will be, how your life will look like when you actually go towards that. For me at least, this has been a lot about the possible discomfort, that I'm afraid if I make this change, if I will do this thing, that my life will be full of discomfort and it will be hard. Especially for me when I learned and started to go more towards a vegan lifestyle, it was a lot about thinking my life will become very hard and I cannot enjoy my life anymore. And in the social aspect, this can be about isolation. When you are simplifying your life, does that mean that I cannot anymore meet my friends, or I have to let go of certain friends who don't maybe share the same values as I do? Or maybe you are afraid that you will become too different from them. They are very important to you and therefore you are as well afraid to change. So you stay kind of in that comfort zone where you are in. And then as well for me, this has been about the effort and commitment that I have to do if I make this change. I have to do every day X, Y, and Z. I have to wake up that time and do so many hours of this and that, and then I will just end up feeling very exhausted. I'm sure there are so many different scenarios and feelings that you can feel and be worried about when it comes to fear of the unknown, but these are some that have been like quite relevant for me and that I have experienced. But the thing that I have realized now, that when you are simplifying your life, when you are making changes, you don't necessarily have to get rid of everything. Like all your friends who are not minimalist, you have to let go. You can decide yourself how you want to make that change, how you want to simplify your life. You shouldn't change your life to a point that it is perfectly simplified, but it doesn't feel like yours. That's not the point at all. It's about going towards more what you want your life to look like. If you want to have 100 friends, but somebody's telling you that you can only have 5 because that's how the real simple living and minimalist, slow living people live, I don't think that's a person maybe you should listen to, because nobody can really tell you how you should live your life. You have to clearly understand and outline yourself what you are trying to achieve with the changes you want to make to simplify your life. And then start with small, easy, manageable steps. This is exactly what we do step by step in my new course, Simple Life Blueprint, that goes way deeper into how to actually do this. And when you start taking those steps, you need to extend your view and understand that the growth, the changes, the progress is not always linear. It's very interesting that actually part of simplifying life is making it more complex for a period of time. When you make those changes, your mind, your brain will not like them for a moment because you are not used to them. If you feel this fear of the unknown, one good tip is to recall some instances, some examples, some moments when you were facing this same fear and then things turned out to be well. I have actually a whole list in my phone of these moments that I can always go back to when I feel I'm not sure if I'm able to do this. I'm afraid what will happen. I can just read, okay, I was about to do that, I felt this, and the outcome was excellent. But also remember to have some strategy or plan B, what you will do if things go wrong. I don't suggest to change your life in a weekend without any sort of backup plan. That is not advised. The second sub-fear is the fear of failure, or fear that it will not work. I think it's so much easier to stay where you are right now and feel that comfort, even though you know that that's not maybe where you should stay, than, for example, take a step back in order to take multiple steps forward. So in this context, this could mean take a step back, so slow down your life, not work like crazy or always try to do what others are telling you to do. Set some boundaries. And when you do that, you can take 2, 5, 10 steps forward in your mental health and feel much better and enjoy your life much more. But it's not so easy because there's a temporary discomfort that comes with it. And when it comes to simplifying life, I suggest that you have some high standards for your life, how you want your life to look like, and not just settle for something that you don't want it to be, whatever that is for you. So aim high, but not for perfection, because then you will fail for sure. Nobody lives a perfect, simple life or perfect soul life. Nobody's a perfect minimalist or 100% of their time mindful. It just doesn't exist. We all go through different seasons, and I think pivoting is very important and very crucial part of this lifestyle. That's something that simplified your life, something that made you feel good right now might not be that way in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years from now, and then you need to change it. You might really want to move in a cabin in the middle of nowhere right now, but after you do it, you live there 2 years, you realize this didn't simplify my life at all. It just made it way more complex, even though for the outside it would look like that. And then you go back to your hometown 9-to-5 job and you are absolutely loving it. You never know what's the journey. And then again, what is failure and what is success? Can consistent effort itself be success, even if the outcome isn't huge? And then an important tip, list down the reasons why something might not work, but also why it could work. Has it worked for others? Talk with them. Join groups, read books, and watch videos. Become more competent so you become more confident. If you feel like social pressure is the biggest hurdle for you to make changes in your life, make sure to watch last week's video. Here, thank you so much for watching. Remember to stay kind and meaningful in your own beautiful journey. See you in the next one.